Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts. We grow them in Oregon. We eat them at school. In our family, we all love to eat roasted Brussels sprouts. These are Brussels sprout stuffs. And these guys are my big brother Theo and my mom. We all love to eat Brussels sprouts, but I think my brother likes them more than anyone. And today, we're cooking our favorite Brussels sprout recipe, roasted Brussels sprouts. We eat a lot of Brussels sprouts in our family meals, especially in November and December, because my parents always plant a couple of plants so we can harvest. Roasted Brussels sprout recipe time! This recipe is really simple and fun to cook. In our family, we share all the tasks to prepare the Brussels sprouts to cook. First, we wash the Brussels sprouts, and our hands, of course. My mom is a really good cook and really skilled with a knife, so she cuts them off the stalk. Theo likes sitting and peeling the outer layers, so he does that, and then we do the collecting. They grow on the stalk, but they roll on the counter. Once you have caught all your Brussels sprouts, Mom cuts them in half, and then we throw them in a big bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of oil, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Mix it all up, and then put them on a roasting sheet, and they're ready to go into the hot oven for 20 to 30 minutes. When they're cooked, they should look like this, all brown and yummy. Mom calls it caramelization, which is just a fancy way to say they cook all sweet and yummy. Now the finishing touch, squeeze a lemon wedge over the roasted Brussels. In the compost barrel the lemon rind goes, and the roasted Brussels sprout recipe is complete. One of the best parts of cooking Brussels sprouts is that you get to eat them in the end. In our family, we all love to eat roasted Brussels sprouts.
To learn more about Brussels sprouts, search Oregon Harvest for schools.
Eggs, eggs, eggs. Chickens lay eggs. Eggs, we produce them in Oregon. Eggs, we eat them at school. Chickens lay eggs. Jumping on my trampoline after school is one of my favorite places to relax and think. Mostly I think about math and eggs, which isn't all that weird, as I like math and I love eggs. An egg is a very simple math equation. Chickens equals eggs. First you need a hen, a female chicken, and then you get eggs. Chicken equals eggs, and lots of chickens equals lots of eggs. It's simple math. That's Rick, my parents' friend and our neighbor. I call him the Egg Man because his chickens lay a lot of eggs, and he brings us eggs every week. I hang out in Rick's yard a lot because I help him take care of his chickens and I collect their eggs. It's a very simple equation to care for egg-laying chickens. You feed them, you water them, and you love them. And in return, the hens lay eggs. Eggs we can eat. Feed, water, love equals eggs. My favorite way to eat eggs is when they are hard-boiled. In the past 2 months at school, I ate a total of 12 hard-boiled eggs. That's a dozen eggs. 12 eggs equals 1 dozen, which is exactly the number of eggs we collected today in Rick's hen house. That's a perfect dozen egg day. Unless you break one, then you would only have 11. I did learn in school that eggs have a lot of protein in them, which helps your muscles be strong. Good thing I ate an egg today because my leg muscles needed a lot of strength to help me chase these chickens and get them back into the coop. It's time for them to lay some more eggs.
To learn more about eggs, search Oregon Harvest for schools.
Potatoes. 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 We grow them in Oregon. Potatoes. We eat them in school. We love to eat the vegetable potato. Potatoes. Today, potatoes means delicious, hot, creamy potato leek soup. That's what my best friend and I are going to make and eat. Yum! Ingredients, please, Margaret. Thank you. 2 tablespoons butter, 1/4 cup of milk, 4.5 cups chicken broth from cooked chicken, 2 garlic cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of ground pepper, and 3 cups of cut leeks, please. And now for the star of the show, potatoes! 3 cups of cleaned and cut potatoes. These potatoes are from our science garden project. We learned in school that potatoes grow under the soil, and farmers dig under the earth to harvest them. There's lots of kinds, but they all grow under the soil. These are going in our soup, but we definitely scrub and wash them first. Soup making time. Soup making time. Put the butter in the pot and dump the garlic in the melty butter. Leeks, please. Thank you. Stir it up and cook it till the leeks get kind of soft. Leeks taste yummy with potatoes. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes! 3 cups of diced potatoes. Slide them in the pot. Give it a stir just because it's fun. And pour chicken stock in the pot. Chicken stock in the pot. Cover, please. Let simmer till the potatoes are soft. Soft enough to do this. Mash and smash. It's fun to smash and mash. The almost done soup is really hot, so be careful. Get an adult to help if you want. Just pour in the rest of the chicken stock and the milk and simmer for another 5 minutes. And creamy leek and potato soup. Me and my best friend both like eating potatoes, but eating potatoes in soups we make is how we like them best. Creamy leek and potato soup. Creamy leek and potato soup.
To learn more about potatoes, search Oregon Harvest for schools.
My name is Isabella, and I love salad greens. I like growing them, and I love eating them. My brother does too. In our school garden, we learned how to grow leafy greens, and then we harvested them, and my school used the lettuce we grew to make the salads they serve us for lunch. It was the best salad ever. It was my favorite school lunch of all time. This spring, I planted my very own salad garden. This is my salad garden. It was really easy to grow. You just put the seeds in the soil, water, and watch them grow and grow and grow. My favorite part of growing lettuce is harvesting it and then making delicious fresh salads. They're really healthy, but I just like the way they taste. My brother is a really good cook, so he's going to make me my all-time favorite school lunch, garden greens salad with the salad dressing I love. And he's making it with all the lettuce I grew. I think that's pretty cool. I really love salads. Next year, I'm gonna grow enough lettuce so we can have salads every day at school. I just love salads.
Funded by the United States Department of Agriculture,
in partnership with Rootopia and Food Hero for the Oregon Department of Education.
For more information, search Oregon Harvest for Schools.
Cauliflower, cauliflower, cauliflower. We grow it in Oregon. Cauliflower. We eat it at school. Cauliflower, cauliflower. Cauliflower is just so chill to cook with. It's tender and it's easy to cut. The heads grow in these really wild colors, and they're really fun to throw around. Today, I'm just relaxing in the Rootopia farm kitchen, making cauliflower tots. And I'm making a lot of them, because my friends are coming over to chill tonight. Cauliflower heads, orange, white, and purple. All have their own flavor and style, but I like my cauliflower like I like my sneakers. White with green laces. Here we go, cauliflower tots. Super simple steps. Grab your grater and grate. Grate until you have 2 cups of cauliflower. This half of the cauliflower head was exactly 2 cups. Perfect. And while you're making a mess, grate a 1/4 cup of low-fat cheddar cheese. And then in a bowl, chuck in 3 tablespoons of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 egg. And maybe a little more gracefully than that. Chuck in the grated cheese and then the cauliflower. Mix it and stir it, and there it is, the perfect cauliflower tot mixture. It's easy going from here. Press and roll, press and roll. I actually find making these really relaxing. It's mellow, just like the flavor of cauliflower. Slip them in the oven and clean up for 20 minutes while they bake. I plan on reheating these in the oven when my friends show up. Baking cauliflower is pretty chill, as long as your friends are nice enough to leave you some.
To learn more about cauliflower, search Oregon Harvest for schools.
Corn, 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 corn. We grow it in Oregon. We eat it in school. Harvesting corn, cooking corn, eating corn. We love corn. Late summer and early fall is corn harvest season in Oregon. And for me and my sister, corn harvest is the best time to spend harvesting corn to cook and eat. I'm Stephanie, and this is my sister Jennifer. Each year, our neighbors plant a big patch of corn and let us pick some for our family. We also pick corn leaves for our mother's tamales. We learned at school that corn plants are a type of grass, and the kernels are grains, just like wheat or oats. It sure is some tall grass. Corn also happens to be in our favorite after-school snack, veggie quesadillas with corn tortillas. To make the veggie quesadilla, first we wash our hands, and then we start by making our corn tortillas, just like the ones you buy in the store. Start with masa, which is dried corn ground into a flour. Mix masa with water and roll it into lots and lots of balls, all about the same size. Next, we press the balls into soft, flat corn tortillas. Our mother taught us how to press them by hand, but sometimes we use a press. Now cook them in a pan until slightly brown and puffy. Cook and stack, cook and stack. With plenty of corn tortillas ready, the quesadilla is simple to make. Today we are using a rainbow of vegetables: shredded carrots, jalapeno pepper, bell pepper, beans, and of course, fresh or frozen corn kernels. Sometimes we even have a little yogurt and cilantro on top. Put a tortilla in a hot pan, sprinkle on the beans and veggies, and cover it with a second one. And there you have it, a delicious veggie quesadilla with homemade corn tortillas. We love harvesting corn. We love cooking corn. We love eating corn. We love corn.
To learn more about corn, search Oregon Harvest for schools.
Broccoli, broccoli, broccoli. We grow it in Oregon. Broccoli, we eat them at school. My family loves to eat the vegetable broccoli. Flowers, broccoli, flowers, broccoli. My name is Kate and I like flowers and I love broccoli. Mom says a broccoli head is made up of hundreds of tiny flower buds. Flowers I can eat. Sometime me and my sister imagine we're playing on a farmer's field of broccoli flower buds. It's amazing. But today we're going to our cousin Blanca's birthday party. And my sister and mother are helping me make a broccoli raisin salad. And we're making a big bowl of it for everyone. My mom taught me how to make this salad. Now I can do it on my own, but it's faster and more fun to make it with them. We make our broccoli salad with things I really like to eat. Raisins, sunflower seeds, chopped red onion, and yummy bacon pieces. 6 cups of chopped green broccoli, please. Mix. It makes me laugh seeing a whole bowl of flowers I can eat, like this bowl of broccoli. Look, it's a rainbow forest of flowers in the bowl. Now the salad just needs some dressing, and it's birthday party time. It's just 3 ingredients: mayonnaise, red wine vinegar, and sugar. Pour the dressing in the big bowl of broccoli salad, and then mix it all together. Look, a big party bowl of broccoli raisin salad. Now it's time to go to the birthday party.
To learn more about broccoli, search Oregon Harvest for schools. Kale. We grow it in Oregon. We eat it in school. Kale. My name is Annie, and I guess you could say I like to read a lot. And my favorite snack to eat while I'm reading is kale dip, and that's what I'm making today. Kale dip with Oregon-grown kale. The recipe for making kale dip is an easy read, which is fabulous, so I can make it by reading along. This is the story of how to make kale dip. Chapter 1, Kale. We grow 4 kinds of kale in our school garden: purple, green, red, and my top favorite, dinosaur kale. This leaf looks just like the skin of this dinosaur. I read that this dino was an herbivore, which means that it liked vegetables like kale. Could you imagine how much kale a dinosaur could eat? They could eat an entire farmer's kale crop in one bite. Compared to my half-cup serving, that's an enormous amount of kale. Back to the kale dip. You need kale to make kale dip, but you don't want the tougher rib for this recipe. You just want the soft leafy part. Remove all the ribs, then roll the soft leaves into a ball and cut the ball of kale into thin strips. Kale can have a bitter taste, so squeeze and mash with your washed hands to soften the taste. 3 cups of soft, mashed up kale. Sauté the mashed kale in a hot pan with a half teaspoon of oil. Yum! And then let it cool. Blending time! 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese, 1 clove of garlic, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon red pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon lemon juice. And finally, the color kale of your desires. Blend. And that's the story of how to make kale dip. And now it's time to cozy up with my kale dip snack and see what happens next in my book. To learn more about kale, search Oregon Harvest for schools. Carrots! We grow them in Oregon. Carrots! We eat them in school. Carrots! Crunchy carrots!
I'm Giselle, and today in the Rootopia Farm kitchen, my brother and I are cooking with carrots. That's my brother Hank. He likes to eat all veggies, so of course he's going to love this recipe. Roasted parsnips, then carrots. Roasted carrots are awesome and rich in beta-carotene. Beta what? Beta-carotene, the stuff that's good for your eyes.
Like really good, X-ray vision good. Carrots grow in a rainbow of colors, but they all grow under the soil like this. That's a big carrot. That's not a carrot, that's a parsnip. But they are both root vegetables. Hank and I are gonna roast these root veggies. Washed ones, that is. We eat roasted carrots a lot, especially in the fall when root veggies are sweetening under the cool autumn soil. For this recipe, first peel the root veggies. Then cut both veggies into little, long lengths. Hank likes doing the parsnips, and I like cutting the carrots. Parsnips and carrots goes into the bowl. Then mix them with a tablespoon of oil. Sprinkle in a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and mix that up really good. Thanks, Hank. Roasting time. Place veggies in a single layer on a large baking sheet. Be careful not to overcut the pan. Hank. In the oven it goes to get caramelized and soft for about 20 to 30 minutes. Yum! Caramelized carrots and parsnips. We love eating and roasting carrots. And if we don't eat all this with lunch, we'll get to eat more with our dinner tonight. Right, Hank?
To learn more about carrots, search Oregon Harvest for Schools.
Winter squash. Winter squash. Winter squash. We grow them in Oregon. We eat them in school. We love to eat all kinds of winter squash. October and November are a couple of my favorite months of the year because there are always winter squash laying around the farm to harvest and cook. And it's the time of the year my cousin Cameron comes to visit me from New York. I'm Henry and that's my cousin Cameron. Today, we're cooking baked apples and squash. We're making it with winter squash we harvested, butternut, acorn, delicata, and even the winter squash pumpkin. But today, we choose this one, the butternut. Squashes may taste different, but all winter squash have seeds. Seeds that need to be removed before you start to cook them. Cameron and I always tried to guess how many seeds are in a squash. My counting technique is foolproof and slippery. And the guesses are... That's odd, really odd. Time to bake some apples and squash. Step 1. Peel and cut the de-seeded winter squash. Be careful when cutting winter squash. The skin of the winter squash is thick, but that thick skin makes squash last a long time, so we can store it and eat it all year round. When you finish cutting 2 cups of squash, cut 2 cups of cored and peeled apples. Pour the squash and apples into a large mixing bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and mix it all together. Spread it out on a baking sheet and in the oven it goes. Bake for 20 to 30 minutes or until the squash is soft. The baked apples and squash are ready to eat as a snack, or like Cameron and I are doing, with the whole meal of other Oregon foods we love to cook and eat.
To learn more about winter squash, search Oregon Harvest for Schools.